without the numbing cream, 10 times worse. So it feels like the numbing cream's not working, but believe me, it's working. It's working. Be prepared.
You ever meet someone who just moves different? Doesn't even talk loud, doesn't chase attention, but when he steps in, the energy naturally shifts. That's him. No titles, no theatrics, just
Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is UNC Lessons. So today, here's a great, conversation. So doing my own research, I didn't find no information on this. We're gonna go over tattoo laser removal for black skin. Like, there's none out there. So here you go. Here's some gems. We all make mistakes. I started getting tattoos in high school. So it's like, it's a side effect from that. You get like addicted to it, you start loving it, and then you get older, you're like, I should have waited. You know what I'm saying? So I did do a PowerPoint just to hit some key factors for those that really want some in-depth information, but I'll go through my experience. Probably started this it's almost been a year, but I stopped going after an incident. I'm gonna get to it. So stay tuned. Help a brother out. Like, follow, subscribe. You got questions, comment. All right, here we go. I think I did this PowerPoint like 2 weeks ago, just to get my thoughts, you know what I mean? Get my thoughts all situated. So we're going to go over the tattoo laser removal. All right. How it started, right? On my own personal journey. So I got neck tattoos and I wanted to remove them for like future job opportunities. And I didn't know it was possible. I hear all these scary stories that your skin's going to turn white. It's going to look all weird. But I did get a tattoo and it got scarred up. It got infected by somebody that, messed it up. And while I was looking for a dermatologist, I talked to a tattoo laser removal spot in Florida. And when I went in, I talked to multiple actually. So you got different kinds. You got some that, you pay each session, and then you have some that you do the full thing up front for a certain size, and then you just keep going until it's gone. That's kind of the direction I went. But since I went that way and it was a little more cheaper, I kind of just did just paid in full, but you're still doing payments, but you're just doing one set price. And I added another section on my chest. They make it look fast and easy. Like the videos you see, it looks like they laser it and it's gone the same day. I was, mistaken, man. It was a terrible mistake. It takes years, actually. It takes so long. And how it even breaks down is crazy. You know what I mean? You actually, poop it out. I don't want to start cursing on here, but the laser breaks it down and then it goes out your digestive system and it just slowly fades away. It just, it breaking it down makes it fade away faster and then it just disappears. And they're not lying. It is painful. And I got some, techniques or some advice on how you can help yourself out with the pain if you want to go this route. But let's follow the PowerPoint and make sure I don't miss anything. So laser removal is safe. It's an advanced method, fading and eliminating unwanted tattoos. Feel free to screenshot it. I'll kind of skim through this, just kind of hitting bullet points. But there's hella reasons, like I said, personal or professional, or you're young and dumb, full of, what I'm saying, the rest of that. But, made mistakes and you want to just get a fresh start. Some people just fade it so they can just get it tattooed over and just get a whole new tattoo in general. It's kind of what I'm kind of doing with my chest. And I'll tell you why I changed my mind. Technology is advanced. Before, those scary stories on dark skin were true. Now they got new technology, new lasers. Who knows what they're going to make, years from now. We're like the most tatted people in our generation. Um, yeah. Basically, the ink is in your dermis layer. The particles are too large to be removed naturally. So that's what the laser is breaking down. You have your K-switch lasers and picosecond lasers, which are the newer ones. Is laser basically a high intensity light. That way you know what a laser is, what's it doing. Let's go to the next slide. Oh yeah, the colors. This is something I had to know because I have some color tattoos. The best way to get your tattoo removed definitely is a black tattoo. But if you have a lot of colors, bright colors, it's very, very difficult to remove those. So if you have a very colorful piece, get ready for a lot of sessions, up to like 5 years maybe, but it depends on the size as well. So I was getting the red on my neck removed, and then I seen the difference of the black disappearing compared to the red. And instead of just taking on some more pain, I was like, I'll just keep this red tattoo and let's just get rid of the black, because what's the point of going through the pain if it's not going to disappear? It's just going to be faded. Waste of time, waste of extra effort. Green is very difficult, blues. So be aware. And this is very important to know, because you could just be wasting your time if you didn't know that colors matter. Which color tattoo you have will definitely, change your outcome. So be very aware and kind of see if it's worth your money and time and pain, man. It's very painful. You're going to be out for a day or two. Again, depend on the size. If you have a really small tattoo, you're in good hands. You should, I'll consider it. A laser remover process. Basically, you get a consultation. That's what they do. They call you, set an appointment, they take pictures, ask questions, what you want to remove, if you have any type of allergies or medications you're taking. Here's a little trick. Once you actually agree, you're signed on, you did the contract, did your payment, then you're doing your first session. To really take the bite off the tattoo remover process and the laser, you definitely want some numbing cream. Thank God for numbing cream. Like, I got my first tattoo with numbing cream probably like 2-3 years ago, and I never went back. So I'm familiar how to put numbing cream on. You can literally go online, and I think it's TK. It's called, that's the name of the company. You can literally order that and get, numbing cream directly, mailed to you. And then you basically take a nice shower. If you're very hairy, probably shave your hairs. Put some saran wrap for take a shower so your pores are open. Then you'll basically dry off, put some numbing cream on there. You want to put a good amount. You don't have to put too much, but a good amount, not too light. Then you'll get some saran wrap, wrap it up for at least an hour. Best results are an hour and a half. Some people even push it to 2, but you don't want to do more than 2 hours max. And the longer you have it, the longer it's going to work, basically. And you don't want to have the saran wrap too tight because it could damage your skin. You want it like good and sealed and protected, and then just relax. Don't move around too much. Then you go, I'll take the saran wrap off. I'll wipe it down in the bathroom. I'll help you wipe it down. And it's going to take that initial sting and bite off it. It's still going to hurt. And I tested it. I did a tattoo removal without the numbing cream, 10 times worse. So it feels like the numbing cream's not working, but believe me, it's working. It's working. Be prepared. But your first session, right? I learned, that the laser is going to be very big because none of the ink's broken down. So it's very quick. I couldn't believe it. I got so much area, so much of my, area of my body that I was doing. So much of that was done in less than like 5 minutes. So that's how fast, your initial session is going to be. It still is going to hurt. It feels like oil popping on your skin, literally. They're not joking about that. And you can smell some burning like plastic or some shit. But post care, they're gonna give you a whole list for your post care. You definitely want to have some ice. Once you get home and relax, lay down. It's gonna be some swelling. It's gonna feel really hot and swollen. I take ibuprofen, and while they're doing the laser, they got a whole like ice machine for you, uh, just to help with the swelling. But typically, I go in for the day. After that, like I go to bed, ice, go to bed, shower. But sometimes I shower before I get there, so I'll just shower in the morning. Um, it'll still be swollen for the next day or two. I typically don't work out for like 2-3 days after that, but the swelling will go down. It's not too bad your initial sessions. I'll go into what happens once you get deeper in. All right. You got your follow-up session. It's literally about 30 days to a month and a half before you can do your next session. It has to take time to break up and digest and heal. But I was getting 2 sections done. So instead of me taking like a 2-month break, I'll literally go like month by month. I'll go do this session, my neck for one session for 1 month, then I'll do my chest for 1 month. But typically they'll give you a good 2 months. That's the normal, a good 2 months to heal, depending on how big it is. So you got some time to recover. What really sucked, I'm in Florida. I can't go to the beach. I can't be out in the sun too much. So I just got tired of that. Like it's draining, You definitely, if you do, you want to have some clothes over it, put some sunscreen on. All right. Because your skin's real sensitive like that. Yeah, 10 to 30 minutes, but it's really less than 10 minutes. The ladies there are pretty cool. It depends what company you're at. They make you feel real comfortable. Yeah, I went over that. You're going to have some protective eyewear for sure. Make sure you wear those sunglasses they give you, or you're going to be a one-eyed bandit, man. You're going to be blind out here. Okay, they're pretty big, but they protect you. You can still see a little bit. Make sure you're clean, dry. You definitely got to moisturize. That's another thing I forgot. After your session, they got like some Vaseline for you. Yeah, avoid sun. Don't pick or scratch or scab. Let me restart that. Don't pick or scratch your scabs or blisters. You don't initially get blisters, but I'll tell you how and why I did. And that was the last time I got my laser removal session. Yeah, make sure antibiotics, ointments. That was kind of a lot, but that's just basically the procedure. How you go in, how you gonna leave, what you do. So, boom, that's just how the session works. Now we can go into a little more additional, information and details. Here's some more, risk and side effects that could happen to you. Everyone's different. Everything, heals or removes differently, different times, different skin tones, different textures. But swelling, that's normal. Redness, blistering, hyperpigmentation, scarring, infection. So it's all how you take care of it and how your body takes the laser. Yeah, your age of the tattoo. If you got tattoos under it, it's so funny. My stuff started to fade, and you can see my old tattoos that I got covered up, and it just brought back memories. So I was reminiscing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your immune system that affects your healing process, skin tone, laser type. So there's a lot of weird different companies. They're not even like certified nurses. They just take like a course and do some, apprenticeship for a few months and boom, certified laser technician. So just be careful. Ask how long they've been working there, how many they done. But they have some wild, funny stories. You'll be surprised. There's even girls that got their eyebrows tatted and literally getting removed. People have their heads, their eyes. It's crazy what they see. Yeah, typically 5 to 10 sessions. Nah, maybe for a small tattoo. Um, that's one thing I didn't know getting into it was gonna take so long. How can you like not go to the beach and well, typically 2 to 3 weeks after your session, you can, but you have to be like covered up and have, you know, sunscreen and be real careful. But you can't be out in the sun too much. And that's a lot of years of your life. You're kind of just going through this process. It depends how determined you are, how bad you want it. But again, it's the size. I have huge tattoos. I have tattoos everywhere. So if you're just getting something small, it's perfect. You know what I mean? Multicolored tattoos, older, deeper. Yeah, this all affects kind of the same thing we were talking about. Um, the cost. Okay. It's probably something you really want to know. How much is this going to cost me? So, average cost is 100 to 500 each session, and you got a lot of sessions, so it adds up pretty quick. But it definitely, you know, again, the size, definitely matters on the size, the color, location. Definitely hurts more on my neck than on my chest. So location, can affect the pain level as well, bro. Like even how swollen you get. Um, I use Removery, so I just did the full payment, and I just do payments every month till it's paid off. So it's just a flat rate. Makes it a little cheaper if you're really going to be determined. And when you do it that way, it kind of forces you to come back. I don't know if I just did one payment like the other people's options, if I would even come back. But I paid so much, I'll be like, I have to go. I have to do it. I'm invested. But hey, it's how the game goes. But you know, unlimited sessions. So if it takes you 3, 4 years, even 5, that adds up. If you're paying 200, 300 a session, like that adds up. For my 2 big spots, it came up to like 3,000 something. It sounds crazy, but you can go to any removery in the country, anywhere you go, if you move. So it just, how determined you are. Insurance definitely does not cover it at all. So maybe, in the future. All right. Alternate methods of lasers, laser removal, safety, and effective approach. You can do these other. You can take a picture. They got surgical incisions, tattoo creams, blah blah blah. But it's not going to be as effective as the technology they got now with the actual high beam light. All right, before and afters. It's probably what you want to see. Dun dun dun. So what we've been waiting for. How does it look on black skin? So this is less than a year, right? Probably less than a year. I'm going twice a month. So this is probably 6 sessions, right? So this is how on the top picture, this is how my neck tattoo looked. My chest was pretty much blacked out, and then I just have some negative space and 444 on my neck. All right. And then you can see on the bottom how faded it got. Just 6 sessions. You can see my tattoo, my old tattoo that was covered up. So it was a good process. It's going pretty good. So this is what you've been waiting for, how it looks on black skin. And if I keep going, probably get even better results. I haven't went on a session for like 2 to 3 months since I had an incident. We're going to go over that. I had my chest blister up. So once you get to this phase and most of blacks and the ink is broken up, they will make the laser more powerful, and it'll take longer, and it's more detailed and fine point. It's going to hit directly. And I had a different woman doing it that day as well. So I don't know if it's because of her or just how they just ramped it up, because they kind of want speed up the process. And I blistered up really bad, freaked me out, scared me. I was like, I'm a monster, you know what I mean? It was just disgusting. So I didn't come here to, make things worse. and I haven't went back since. So I decided to just, it's pretty light, so I decided to just cover it up and just put another tattoo over top of my chest. But I still want to remove the neck tattoo. I have a session coming up in a few weeks, and I want to do one more try. So I definitely can't have my neck blistering up, looking crazy like a fool. It heals way longer. Usually 2, 3 days you're healed, your swelling goes down. But when it blisters up like that, then it heal up for almost like 2 weeks. You had to go through the swelling and then all the, all the blisters. You can't pop them. You got to just let them just go on their own, and it scabs up. It's crazy. It's almost like a crazy sunburn. So if you're starting to get things like that, they can, reduce the level on that. But if I ever have that happen again, or I just want to do one more session, even if I can light it up a little bit, I can kind of work with this. But here's the results. And here's the other thing. You want to see what it looks like to have your skin blister up, right? Man, oh man, here we go. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. You should have saw my face. I was like, man, this hurt more than usual. Like, what are y'all doing different? Like, what's going on? Like, man, I don't ask that, bro. Mental strength, bro. It was painful. It's more powerful, more painful, and it takes longer. It's not that 5 minutes. It's taking about 15. Man. And then I come out looking like, bro, chopped up like that. This is how I look. You can kind of see my old tattoo, because I wanted to try to black out with the white ink on top and just kind of have like a fresh new, canvas. I'm still doing that. If you want, you can comment and I can show you how that'll look. You really just see it on lighter skin with the white ink on top of blackout. You don't really see it on the black or dark melanin. But if you want to see that, and I'll show you my journey, I'm just now getting back into the shop and working on a few things. I can let you know. But hell to the nah. I never ever went back after that. I was freaked out. Like, I'm gonna sue these people. But you signed a contract. They warn you about this. But yeah, I was chopped up, man. It was painful too. Like, you want to pop them so bad, but you're not supposed to pop them. And you'll heal about 2 weeks. It takes so long, and the swelling takes so long. You're just scabbed up everywhere. Yeah, I was freaked out. So yeah, that's my big journey with the laser removal, man. My big journey, man. Big bro. So my whole purpose is to give you information, life experiences, L's, W's. You can use this if you decide to do it. If you don't, maybe you saw that picture like, hell nah, I ain't with that, Unc. I feel you. But, let me know you got some questions. Was this helpful? Was this, good? So give me a comment, give me a shout. I'll reach back out.